Use a little bit of Craftin. I got a mess there. I got a mess all over. So welcome. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in the United States. We're going to pretend it's still Wednesday, November 26th. I'm just a couple of minutes after midnight, so let's just pretend that it's 11:59 on Wednesday the 26th. How is everybody? I was getting some stuff prepped for tonight, and then I was listening to Juju from Craftin on the Back 40. She's here a lot. I try to catch her. Usually I get the replay, but I figured I'd listen while I was getting some of my things prepped. And before too awful long, it's later than you think it is. So let me just get my devices set up here. We'll do our couple of quickie announcements, and we'll try to get down to business. So, I have a mess. You can see that, right? I couldn't decide what direction I wanted to go. So let's do our quick announcements. If you're joining me live, let me know where you're joining from. I would love to know. We get folks from all over. So we get people from the United States and Canada and Australia and New Zealand and Finland. And it's fun seeing where everybody's coming from. And if you're joining me on the replay, let me know you're here. Either way, feel free to join in the conversation. Depending on how many are here and how talkative or chatty folks are, sometimes we do interactive where you can kind of direct how our card flows and what happens to it. So, hello, Yuda. Are you watching Juju and me at the same time? It seems I just saw your name, right? I thought about doing that, but then I figured I'd probably mess up something. So, few Stampin' Up! Announcements. Brushed Beauty, you can still order this virtual class. It's, you're off Juju's class? So welcome. So this is a virtual class that Stampin' Up! Does. This one I think went almost 3 hours. It's a $30 class. You can do it with or without the suite, so you can use stuff in your stash, but you'll get lots of tips, some ideas. There's 4 projects that'll be done. You can order that through my online store, which is lorimakari.stampinup.net. But I'm thinking if I get my stuff in order, this might be changing December 1st. That's my goal. So Black Friday, first ever Black Friday sale for Stampin' Up. A lot of things have already sold out. Some things are already low quantity. There weren't a whole lot of categories. So Stampin' Blends are marked down considerably. The paper trimmer and some of the paper trimmer tools, as when I last looked, they were already sold out. And even in the South Pacific market, those sold out very quickly. And that's one of the things with Black Friday sales. You get some things that are just super deals, and those go quick. So Stampin' Up! Is really no different. But anyway, the Black Friday sale goes until December 1st. Check it out. Maybe they'll add some other things. Maybe some things are coming back into stock before December 1st. I'm not sure. All right. It was a great price for the trimmer. Did you get one? I ordered one. I don't know if it's still available. I thought I had seen some comment that was out of stock right now. So anyway, that's a good deal. And, it's the first time Stampin' Up's done a Black Friday sale, so how can you really predict how people are going to respond? So Cyber Monday starts the same day the Black Friday sale ends. This is for prepaid Paper Pumpkin subscriptions. That'll go from December 1st to the 9th. We close out our subscription period on the 10th of each month. You wanted something, but they were sold out. Blades. Okay. Yeah. those went pretty fast. I think both the scoring blades and the cutting blades were originally on the list, right? Stuff like that will go really fast. So with this Paper Pumpkin prepaid subscription sale that's going on, the subscription period ends the 10th of every single month. If you are already a Paper Pumpkin subscriber, make sure that on your original subscription plan that you suspend December unless you want double kits, because with this pre-purchase, the prepaid subscriptions, December is automatically included and that cannot be changed. That's part of how the setup for this goes through Stampin' Up. And then in less than a week, we're starting the product of the month. Rumor has it that December's product is going to be a pack of Designer Series paper. I have not seen it. I have only heard the rumors or read the rumors. Hello, Glynis Johnson. I think this is the first time you've joined in our conversation. Your handle doesn't look familiar, so welcome. Where are you joining from? So, product of the month. How this works is, starting December, this is a brand new thing from Stampin' Up. With a qualifying purchase, so a $75 product purchase, so before tax and shipping, you will have the option to add the product of the month for $5 additional. All right. Each month it's going to be different. It will be only while supplies last. April's sending you guys over here. That is so sweet of her. So Teresa Conway Hayes, welcome. Zippy, I think have you been here before? I don't remember. So thank you, ladies. And thanks to Juju when she pops in. She usually pops in too. Hi, Bonnie. So you'll be able to pick up that product if it's something that you want for $5. And you can only get one. So in December, you can only get one December item. In January, you can only get one January item. But if there are December items left, you could make a separate $75 qualifying purchase, and you could get the December one and the January one if you so desire. Hopefully that makes sense. If you've got questions, let me know. But I'm looking forward to this. I think it's going to be kind of fun. And normally in January, and I'm not even sure if I'm supposed to let the cat out of the bag, but I've mentioned it before, and other people I've seen have mentioned it too, but we're not doing celebration anymore. Hello, Juju. Thanks for sending folks over. And I think MacMan might still be awake. He was watching a hockey game and got disappointed because his Hawks didn't pull it off at the end. So this will be cool. If you've got questions about that too, let me know. And then don't forget, if you have a crafting family or friend that you want to give a really nice gift, this is a perfect gift. This is the 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. So it's not a Christmas product collection. It is designed as a Christmas gift, and then inside there's all kinds of all occasion items. So there's masks and a blending brush. There's Designer Series paper. There's these foam embellishments. There's twine. There's, I could use these on our shaker card for tonight. There's embellishments. There's 2 sets of dies that I've already pulled out. There's some memory and more cards and ephemera. More ephemera, more glimmer stuff, and glitter glue. Mouse, don't work on it. Hopefully that's for somebody else because I don't understand. So thank you, Juju, for sending folks over here. That was kind of fun. So this, when it dries, I am not a glitter person. Those of you that have hung out with me for a while know that I do not do glitter. It makes me crazy. But this, when it dries, it is pretty well intact. So if you're a demonstrator, whether it's a hobby demonstrator, a community coach, a business builder, whatever, you'll get a discount on this. And if you're not, if you haven't joined Stampin' Up, hook up with me and I'll give you all the deets. All right. And this is the brand new catalog that's releasing January 6th. I am only allowed to show the cover. I cannot show any inside images. All right, so the front cover is all I can share with you. This will go from January 6th until technically May 4th. It's called the January to April calendar, or catalog rather. There is some fun stuff in there. And the last few nights I've been working with one of the bundles that I got from the new catalog. Because as a demonstrator, I'm allowed to pre-order things. So you can tell I was kind of making a mess with things here. The last couple of nights we've made some cards. So last night we made these 2 cards, which I think both turned out really cute. And then the night before I did this card. This was the first one I was playing with, and I did finally get everything glued on today. So I was doing that a little bit while I was listening to Juju with her online class. So I finally got that glued. So this was the one from the first night. And then last night I kind of mentioned maybe we should do a shaker card. So we're just going to do hopefully a quick and easy shaker card. So this is Berry Burst. And I thought it might be fun to use this beautiful bokeh paper. And Berry Burst is one of the colors. I wanted something bright, like, you know, these are nice bright colors. So I thought maybe this might make a fun little background layer in there. And then I'm not sure if that's too much Berry Burst. But if we use some of these lighter elements, and then I've got these too, these loose shaker elements. Maybe I should zoom this in. Oh, I'm really crooked too. How did that happen? Which way do I need to go? This way? Let's see if that works. There's a little bit of delay. And it looks like things are elongated again on here. That's so crazy. So let me zoom this in a little bit. Oh, at least I went in the right direction. So, and I'll try to stay up where you folks can see. But look at these. These are fun little embellishments. Loose shaker. I should probably look up to make sure they're still available. I think they are. And I might have looked them up already. I don't remember. Bonnie, it's cold by you. It's super cold by us too. It sounds like, and the wind kind of died down now, but it has been so blustery, windy all day long. And it sounded like a blizzard sort of thing going on there without all the snow. But I'm in Wisconsin, what we call up north, which is like anything north of Madison, which is the lower third. There's like 2/3 of the state up higher than that. They were getting hit with like 15 plus inches of snow. I've got a friend who's in Hayward, and she had, depending on the drifts, I think she said she had like 6 to 12 inches, and that was this afternoon. So let me just look this one up. Ooh, these are on the last chance list. So these little shaker elements are only $4.50 right now. So I think we'll use some of those. Maybe we'll use those up. And these are from our 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. So that'll give us a nice light color as well. But then I pulled these out too. These are from the Lights of Aurora. Yeah, the Lights of Aurora collection. So we may not use those with all the glimmery things going on. Do you think this is going to be too much Berry Burst? We're not going to use these for this card right now. It only snows like twice a year by you? Well, I suppose. Only has class now and not having to stay in the field overnight. Yeah, no kidding. So what I'm going to do is bring in some, this would have been a nice color too, but I don't have any full sheets. Or do I? I don't think I have any full sheets of that left with my beautiful bokeh here. Oh, this one might be pretty though. The other side is pretty bold, I think. Oh no, that would be lighter. And then we've got, this might be Fresh Freesia, but that would go all right with the Berry Burst also. That Berry Burst is just so striking. So I think those would be the 3 colors that would work. We could probably do the blue too, but I like these because they've got more of the red hints in it. So let's take a look at these three choices then, since I don't have any more of the yellow hue there. Let's see what color that was. That was Daffodil Delight. Oh, and I'm stuck here. All right, so Bonnie likes the pink. So like this Cotton Candy Blue and Pink, or this one, which is, I believe, the Fresh Freesia. Yeah, this is Fresh Freesia. So this is, there's a little bit of pink in here. Or this one, we'll just call this one kind of rainbow. So we've got rainbow, purple, and pink. Which one do we think? 1, 2, or 3? This one, or are you talking about this one? So 2 or 3, Bonnie? Because this is a purple-ish. So 2. Anybody else? 2? Okay. 2 it is. 2 it is. You just got the same vote. All right, so I'm just going to 2, 2, 2. Awesome. Everybody's being very compliant today. So we don't have to flip any coins or anything. So I'm just going to mark this here. And I'm just going to trim it inside there, because I don't want that piece to exceed this. So I've got a pencil mark here. And I'm just going to scooch that in just a little bit. And then this one is right there. And that one we can probably hang on to. So I think Juju, for your son, since he's not out in the field somewhere training, he can be, yeah, he's doing like indoor class, so he doesn't have to be out in the elements. Is that what you were referring to? So I could probably make this just a smidge smaller, just to make sure we're good to go. I think this side's prettier. Did I just cut that side? Boy, if I don't pay attention and write it down right away. Yeah, I already cut that one, so let's do the long edge. I forget what I'm doing. All right, so let's move this out of the way for right now. And I'll get rid of some of my scraps. So this, we're going to end up putting right here. Now, something else we could do, this is actually going to get raised, and it's actually going to have a window sheet on it. What if it was bigger and as a mat right away? That might actually look pretty good, huh? Let me pull out another piece, because it's only paper. So let's make it a little bit bigger. As long as we don't go past 4 1/4, we're good. So we'll do 4 1/8 should work. And 5 3/8. All right, so let's do 4 1/8. 5 3/8. So that'll make it stand out right away. That was probably a really good call, hey? So that can go there, like so. Now, let me cut out a window sheet. So we've got these window sheets. These come 2 in a pack, but they're 12 by 12, so you can do a lot with it. And then let's just, I've got one piece that's already cut kind of down a little bit. A lot of times what I'll do too is if I have like a stamp set where I've removed the stamps for some reason, like some of the ones where I was actually putting them inside the plastic cases, which is no longer going to be an issue for me. I would save these and just clean them off with an alcohol. An alcohol pad. That's not showing very well. Oh, I guess it did. So I just want to make sure this goes in just a little bit. And yeah, I can kind of see that. All right, so I'm going to take this and put that right there. And then hopefully I didn't just cut off the mark from the other side. Nope. So that's going right there. I don't know where that scrap went. Oh, there it is. All right, so this we're going to put right on here. And that looks really good. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some tear and tape along this side and then just maybe a couple of little strips there. Because if I put it all the way across the top, it's going to go over the edge. And I don't necessarily want that to happen. So let's just, I want to put it right at the edges of these leaves here so that they can still have some lift. So for those of you that haven't been here the last couple of nights, this die actually cuts out the flower heads but leaves the leaves just outlined and a little stem slot in there. So that's how that'll be. And we can pop these all up a little bit, I guess. I think this is just such a cute set. So this will be available January 6th, unless you're a demonstrator, if you're on my team, or if you're a demonstrator on your own with somebody else. You can pre-order it now. It's available now. And that's one of the benefits of being a demonstrator is that you get like the catalog early and you get products early. We don't get them free, but we get them early. All right, and then we're just going to put a couple little pieces here. I could probably put them this way because that'll give me a little bit more adhesion. And then I could probably put some here too. That'll just hold it really good. All right. So let's do my bone folder, because when I use my tear and tape, I like to burnish it onto the original surface first so that I'm sure that it's got a good bond. I don't think that's the one I burnished. Maybe it was, who knows. So again, that memory thing's kicking in, or not. And then I use my Take Your Pick tool to kind of just peel off the backing here, because my fingernails don't always work for that. You probably can't hear the wind, but it sounds really wicked out there. All right. So now what we can do is go ahead and we will put on the window sheet. I should probably make sure it's pretty clean though, because if there's dust on the inside, that's going to be distracting. All right, so that'll go there. And this will be our top then, okay? And then on our card base, let's get rid of some of this debris. On our card base, we're gonna make our little pocket. So our base is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, just for a standard card. And for those of you that are new to me, I like doing my cards in portrait because then they stand up. I tend not to do my landscape ones like a tent because I don't like them to go flat. So if somebody wants to put them on display, I want them to be able to see it, right? So this, we'll use some glue. So what's everybody doing for Thanksgiving for tomorrow? I started my sourdough rolls. I have to make some green bean casserole. We got a pie. We're going over, we don't have to host this year, which is kind of nice. So we're seeing part of the family tomorrow, and then we're seeing MacMan's daughter and her family on Sunday. We're doing the turkey for Sunday. So Juju, you're going to your mom's. Yeah, I thought I did hear you say that when I was watching your live, that you were going by your mom's. Nice. Is she close? Distance? Close proximity? All right, make sure I put that on right. Bonnie, you get to cook, huh? How big of a group do you have to cook for? So that's going to go there like that. What I didn't really plan ahead for, I'm going to put the strips here because I want to make sure that I have them inside. I need to make sure I stay up high where you guys can see me. The strips we need to keep in here. So I was thinking what I could do is I could put a strip on here and keep all of our elements in one part, or should we let the elements go over the whole card? People have to be able to go back and graze, Bonnie, so I think that's great. It's like I picked up a 20-pound turkey and a 13-pound turkey, and my husband's like, that's a lot of turkey. I said, well, yeah, but if we go to his daughter's on Sunday, we're taking the turkey, and there's going to be 2, 4, 6, maybe 8 people, 6 at least. We'll probably end up leaving the whole turkey there, and I want to have a turkey here because I like turkey leftover, right? Exactly, Juju. You got to have leftovers. All right, so we're going to go ahead and put these on here. So let's trim these down a little bit. We're going to go to here. We need 2 for the ends. Oh, you know what I want to do quick? Let's take our embossing buddy. We're going to do embossing buddy here. And I'm just going to do a quick wipe there and see if that helps. Some of these pieces cling a lot. It's a 25-pound bird. Yummy. So you're doing ham and turkey? All right. I might have missed part of the comment there. All right. That's good. And then we need to make sure that these go all the way to the edge because we do not want any of our little pieces falling out. So I am pushing it right to, I think I'm actually going to move this in a little bit because then it'll be right to the end of our tulips. And we'll snip that nice and snug. And I'm going to put this back on here because I want another piece that's all one piece. I don't like having, for a shaker card like this, I don't like having bits and pieces. And it's fine if it goes a little bit over where those leaf edges are because they're not going to be lifted up anyway. It's unlikely that they will be lifted up. All right, so now what I want to do is, I wonder if we should put maybe one dimensional in the middle so that it doesn't fall. Let's do a strip. They might get hung up on there, but it'll be all right. Hopefully it'll be all right. All right, so should we use both of these and just mix them? This has little flowers and stars and circles, and this just has like little beads and things. Should we use both? Oh, these are really pretty. See how pretty those are? Can you see that? They're nice. Oh, I should probably turn on my other light, huh? So I'm just going to pour a bunch of these in there. We'll save a few of these because I might want those for another card. And then I also pulled out these gold ones, but I don't think we're going to use the gold ones because I just don't think it fits in with all the pastels here. So we need to put some on the top part here and some on the bottom part because I don't want this piece of adhesive to get stuck right on top of the elements because that would be kind of stupid of me. And that might be a little overkill, but no, it's a big card, right? Lots of ground to cover. There. So I just need to flatten some of these out. And then we're going to take these backings off. Oh, that one's already off. And make sure I still have it open in the right way. This is just going to lay right on top. How fun is that? Fun. I love shaker cards. Aren't they cute? So, now, I don't know if we want a really big sentiment on here. I'm thinking maybe just a strip sentiment. Let's see what else is in here. We could just put a little hello on there. What do you think about a little hello? Or good days ahead. Or we could stamp those flowers on there too. What do we think? That's so cute. And then I can put this in here, and I'll just put a little white layer on there for my sentiment, or, you know, whatever I want to say. Little hello. This is a Stampin' Seal Plus, and it's actually kind of perforated. I'm pretty sure you can't see that, but it's actually like slotted, so it's easy to work with, I think. It doesn't seem to separate from the reel like the regular Stampin' Seal does sometimes. And then we could do just a little piece here if I cut that right about there. We'll have a cute little layer for in there. Who needs to measure? I'm just going to eyeball, right? Oh, that's right about 3 inches. So we could actually put the little flowers in here. What do you think of that? We could do, let's see how this works today. So yesterday what I did was just kind of inked up the leaves, and then it goes a little bit up on the flower. I could try to do a sponge dauber, but who's got the time for that, right? Yeah, that'll be all right. Let's see how it looks. If we don't like it, we can just flip it over, right? That'll be fine. And then we can put a couple of these little flowers on there. Do you think that's too much if we put a flower in each corner? Does that look silly? Does that look silly or not? Flowers in all 4 corners or not at all? We'll probably have to do it this way though, so it's symmetrical, right? That might look a little overkill, huh? All right, let's just put this down. Let me cover these inks though, so I don't mess anything up, because that would be just my luck. No to leave the flowers or no flowers? Because remember, it's delayed and I can't remember exactly what my question was. All right, so let's do our hello. No flowers. Fair enough. Now, that'll be cute. It's going to have to go on either the pink or the white, because I could actually, I'll just snip a little piece. But let's put this on a block. And we're going to do Berry Burst, and I'll show you what it looks like on that fresh freesia piece. And I can show you what it looks like on white. I just need to find a white strip. And I guess I didn't need to wash that off since I'm using the same color ink. We could actually go like this. Hello, hello. Well, we don't want green flowers. I could make some yellow flowers or something though. Kind of gives you an idea. 2 hellos or just 1 hello. Oh, and then I should have thought about this beforehand. I could have wrapped this. I found this from the Halloween suite. The spooky, whatever. I don't remember. The spooky suite. Whatever that was. Where's my bow maker? You like the hello, hello? I think maybe I should make the flowers a different color though, not the lemon lime twist. No ribbon? You may be right. The ribbon may be too much, but we'll see. We just make a petite little bow. We could put it down by our flowers, maybe. No, the card looks good, just like that. Leave the green on top. You like the green? I've never seen green tulips. That's why I wondered if maybe I should do them in a different color. Well, and you're right. We don't want to hide the embellishments inside, right? Or I do have these that I stamped on, but I think just the plain flowers probably look cuter, quite honestly. Oh, here's a die I almost lost. Don't want to do that. So I thought I would make a shaker card with all these elements. Once I get a bunch of different color tulips done, I thought I would do a shaker card without the die. So we like the hello, hello. And then maybe I do still need some little gems. Maybe we should do the light ones. What do you think? That wouldn't be too much, would it? Because I think if I use the iridescent ones, it'll kind of match the elements inside. What do you think? So we could do like 1, 2. I'm just gonna lay them gently down because if we don't like them, I can always take them off. Maybe over here. Does that work with the gems on there, do you think? And maybe we need a few more. So let me go ahead and glue these down. Put the gems on the tulips. We could give that a whirl. I didn't set them down very hard, or I could put a couple more because I've only got 3 and I don't mind using these up. Did we like where I had this right in the middle, or should it go down further? Middle or down? Middle? No, not more. Okay, middle. And I'm going to leave a little border here just so that it kind of gives it a little balance. All right, and then let's put a little glue on this one. So I think we had like one here. I just don't want it to go past the wider edge. I don't mind if it's over the top layer, because I think that makes it kind of cute. It just can't be over the outside edge. And then the white one was on top, kind of sideways. Hello, hello. Okay, and then do you think I should move these or put, I know somebody said no, not more. All right, so let's lift these up. I'm going to use the spatula end of this and kind of lift them. I didn't set them down real hard, so they should come up pretty easy. Like in the middle of that. Oops. No, I've seen the gems. Oh, the gems look fine, not on the tulips. No more now. So I can move them back. I think on the tulips, I'm not sure that I like that. So we can move them. I think I had one here and a couple over here. Yay or nay? Are we good? And definitely no to the bow then, right? Because that's going to have too much going on. Maybe just two tulip with gem. Move back onto the tulips. You're going to have me laughing like I was the other night, hey? Because I can't understand the instructions because it's too just on the top green. So on this one or the one that's higher. Because this one is actually layered on top. No bow. Okay, we're good with that. I can put a bow there for a different card. All right, so a gem here. So if I move this one, this is the one that's on the top, or the higher one. This one's on top. It's layered on top. No! Bonnie, you have to be more specific. I don't know what question I left off at because it's delayed. Below the tulips. Like here or here? here, like it's part of the stem, or random like down here? I gotta check on my computer. Maybe it goes faster, the comments. All right, so below the tulips I have one. Random, so random. You don't like the gem on top of the tulip. Good, because I didn't really care for that either. But, you know, if you guys are making the calls, we're good. I can always make another one and do it my way. So we happy with this? Yeah? Yeah, not on the tulip. Okay, Zippy, thanks. All right, I think maybe we got that. How's that look? Is that looking good? I'm visual. No, you're fine. I'm tactile, so I have to touch it and do it. I did like the bow when you put it on the corner there. So here, I thought it kind of camouflaged where the edges of the sentiment were. I'm not an English major. My major was criminal justice. Sorry. Because it just camouflages the corners of that sentiment. So now you guys kind of like the bow? That's good. It's all right to change our minds. We're women, right? We're allowed. If MacMan's still awake, he's probably laughing because he's like, oh yeah, that's her. Changing her mind all the time. Okay, so let's get some glue dots. I would like to use up this roll of glue dots so that I can go to my next roll. And get rid of, I have the next roll on my desk, so I'd like to get rid of some clutter. And if MacMan's awake, he's probably laughing at that too, because my whole studio right now is clutter. My tables are packed because of things that I took to that crafting weekend. And this is already Wednesday, and I've hardly worked in here except for doing my lies, because we've been running around, you know, doing stuff. So that kind of camouflages those corners. I think that's kind of a nice touch, actually. And then I'm gonna snip this just a little bit to get rid of that harsh end. I think I put it on upside down because I think I wanted the bow that way. Let's see if I can peel this off. Because I changed my mind. I want it to go this way because that's how I cut the tails. It kind of looked weird with them pointing up. There, that's better. Better, better, better. I think the bow with no green flowers and the flag, the pink sentiment strip. Okay. So no green flowers on the next one. They do kind of, there's some green in these little shaker elements though, so it doesn't look, from where I'm at, it doesn't look stupid at least. Oh, cool. Thanks, Bonnie. Now, I do wonder though if a little Winkostella splattered on here would look good because, you know, there's not a whole lot going on that whole base, right? Although it might have been fun to use the beautiful bokeh paper as our top piece with the tulips cut out and then a dark color underneath. Maybe I'll do that for tomorrow. That plays into the tulip shape. Yeah, cool. No, I got it as another card because, of course, I'm going to do more. And I'm going to splatter some Wink Stella on here. You probably won't be able to see that, but it looks glimmery. So that's important. And I'm not sure if you can see the glimmer. Well, you can see the window sheets, but I don't know if you can see the Wink Stella across there. But it looks pretty cute. All right. Cool. So maybe, because I don't have to be at our Thanksgiving with the family until 3:30, so we'll have to leave here probably about 2:30 to get there on time. So maybe I'll get some another alternate done. Because I think if I can do something during the day, I am going to take tomorrow night off. I'm not going to do a live tomorrow night because I have no idea what time we'll get done. And because we're going to be out of town for it. So I wish everybody a wonderful Thanksgiving if you celebrate Thanksgiving. If there's anybody here not in the United States, maybe it's not Thanksgiving for you, but it is for us. And quite honestly, Thanksgiving is my favorite holiday of the year because you don't have the stress of getting gifts. You don't have to necessarily decorate your house and have it all decked out for the company. You can just gather and eat and chill out and eat some more. And there's dessert, you know? So that's why it's my favorite holiday. Who else is with me with Thanksgiving? Maybe it's not your favorite holiday, but Christmas is just so stressful. You know, you have to try to find the gifts that everybody loves, and yeah. Cool. Well, I think this turned out good. Thank you all for your suggestions. I think it turned out nice. Bonnie, you like Thanksgiving too? Oh, Easter's another good one, Bonnie. Because that one you don't have to worry about all the stress either. It's basically just celebrating and gathering for a meal usually. Very nice. Well, I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoy time with your family if you're having family time. And I will be back on Friday for sure. If I do any kind of video tomorrow, if I make another card, I might post it to go later, you know, and take place of me tomorrow night. But don't look for a live tomorrow night. All right. Don't forget who I am, though. All right. So hopefully I will see you all next time. Oh, Yuda, you have your Thanksgiving in October. Beautiful. All right. Well, good night, everybody. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your holiday. And until next time, happy crafting.